I mean, what's one more year of multi-million-dollar losses? I thought Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month: how Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson are leading the WNBA's growth.
Another year of multi-million-dollar losses? At this point, it almost feels routine. The WNBA has been bleeding money for years, yet the media keeps promising that salvation has arrived. We were told Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons, the player who would finally change everything. Forbes headlines told us she was leading the league's growth. Social media echoed it non-stop. But hype only matters when it shows up in real life, and once the games aired, that illusion cracked fast.
You've got a basketball player, you got a celebrity that, or somebody that thinks she's a celebrity, that happens to be a basketball player. All right, but she's not celebrity enough to actually pack in the stands. And guys, there is some ugly numbers.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. Ratings don't care about storylines. They don't care about branding, captions, or media campaigns. When Angel Reese's games aired, viewers didn't show up. At the exact same time, Caitlin Clark was pulling historic numbers and smashing television records. One player generated curiosity. The other generated silence. And silence is deadly in professional sports.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps.
In modern sports, attention is currency. If people aren't watching, you might as well not exist. Angel Reese didn't just fall short of expectations. She disappeared from the national conversation. This wasn't metaphorical invisibility. This was literal invisibility, backed up by ratings data that told a very blunt story.
All of you who tell us, oh my God, what a big superstar. Oh my God, transcendent. Oh my goodness, generational. Oh my goodness, so on and so forth. You guys do all the talking, all the yapping. Twitter fingers turn to can't even show up and buy ticket fingers.
The confidence was loud. The swagger was undeniable. The entrance felt like a superstar moment waiting to happen. But when the ball tipped off, the arena told the truth. Empty seats replaced hype. The disconnect between expectation and reality was impossible to ignore. Confidence alone doesn't fill arenas. Fans do.
Look, one of the biggest stories to come out of this game is you're playing one of the considered to be top 4 teams in the league, the Minnesota Lynx, and nobody showed up to watch this game. All right? Again, 5 million Instagram followers do not equate to basketball fans.
Chicago Sky versus Brazil's national team at LSU should have been a win. Reese's college fanbase. An international opponent. A heavily promoted preseason matchup. On paper, everything lined up. In reality, the ratings were painfully low. Interest barely registered. What was supposed to be a showcase turned into a warning sign.
So I think it's time to finally, end the argument. End the argument that there is any sort of, other needle mover that is even remotely close to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. And, again, the reason why we have got... we've got Hailey Van Lith up is because it was Hailey Van Lith's return as well as Angel Reese's return.
This preseason exposed a harsh lesson. Social media popularity does not equal basketball fandom. Likes don't sell tickets. Followers don't create TV ratings. Online engagement looks impressive, but it doesn't guarantee people will actually sit down and watch a game. That gap became impossible to ignore.
Talk a real big game. Y'all talk a real big game. Y'all tell us just how amazing Angel Reese is. Y'all tell us how y'all ride or die with Angel Reese. And you know what? This ain't on Angel Reese. This isn't even about Angel Reese. It's about
Game 2 against the Minnesota Lynx was framed as the bounce-back moment, a chance to reset the narrative. Instead, it delivered more of the same: minimal buzz, limited interest, and a crowd that felt more like a scrimmage than a professional event. Redemption requires an audience, and there simply wasn't one.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Felines against the best AAU team from Brazil. The Roo from Waterloo drew 1.3 million viewers, which was a 13% increase over the WNBA's regular season average on ESPN last year. Viewership also exceeded ratings for Game 1 of the WNBA Finals.
The camera pans told the real story. Rows of empty seats stretched across the arena. The broadcast felt hollow. For fans, it was awkward. For networks, it was alarming. When visuals look bad, it amplifies the problem. No amount of commentary can hide emptiness.
Clark is really back, and so is that CC motion. Look, I know I've said before I don't want to talk about repeats, and this topic isn't really brand new, but it feels fresh in a sense because we finally saw Caitlin Clark back out on the basketball.
What made things worse was the reaction. Instead of a quiet reset or professional reflection, frustration spilled into public view. Cryptic posts, visible irritation, deflection. When numbers are already against you, perception becomes everything, and this response only fueled more scrutiny.
Did not see. Right here. The Fever Brazil game came to 1.3 million viewers. 1.3 million viewers to an exhibition game. Not even a preseason game. An exhibition game. An exhibition game. An exhibition game. They came to an exhibition game. Or say they came to watch an exhibition game. That was a 60-point game, and Caitlin Clark checked out at the end of the third quarter. And it averaged 1.3 million viewers, which is absolutely crazy.
NBA Finals. I'm not saying this to crap on anything else, because I think the WNBA Finals numbers were very good last year, and they got better as they went along. It's just more about how impressive it is that a preseason game in any sport, right? Forget Caitlin Clark for a second. Forget any of those things. That a preseason game in any sport could outrate any game of the Finals championship series. And the context on the NBA preseason games, the last NBA preseason games to do so, both to outrate that game, both involved LeBron James, and one was his first game with the Lakers. The other one, the one in 2017 there, as you can see from this Rebecca Lobo tweet, barely outrated this. And there's the graphic from ESPN as they share it. Average of 1.3 million viewers, a peak of 1.6 million viewers. That's up 13% from the regular season.
Here's the part that gets lost. Angel Reese wasn't bad on the court. She played hard. She put up respectable numbers. She delivered effort and production. But sports aren't judged in a vacuum. Performance without viewership doesn't move leagues. If no one sees it, it doesn't change anything.
LSU, Angel Reese, and all of those bums can't dish up a couple dollars to watch Angel Reese play, and it's pathetic because Angel Reese had a damn good game. Damn good game. Showed off her new Reebok shoes, looking pretty good. Picked up right where she left off, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 for 7. The double-double. The double-double is back. The double-double is back. Angel Reese is back. Chicago Sky is back. Tyler Marsh. The ball movement in the Chicago Sky, night and day compared to last year. There's no pound from Courtney. From Vandersloot to Nurse to Reese to Cardoso to Atkins. It's to Onyenwere to Williams. The ball was moving. The ball wasn't sticking in one place. Chicago Sky looked pretty good. I'm not going to.
We live in an era where moments define careers. If it doesn't trend, it doesn't exist. Reese made plays, but they didn't escape the building. No viral clips. No national buzz. No cultural momentum. That absence speaks louder than criticism ever could.
LSU did not show her any love, and now her own city doesn't. Her own city in her own building doesn't show her love. I have said it time and time again. Preseason games don't mean dick. I don't care about them. But you want to know why people talk about it so damn much? People talk about it because y'all constantly want to remind everybody that folks are watching her games too. She's the one that said, people are watching the game because of me too. Well, that's not wholly accurate. It's just not accurate.
Then Caitlin Clark returned, and everything changed instantly. Her exhibition game averaged 1.3 million viewers, outperforming several WNBA Finals games. That's not marketing spin. That's demand. People tuned in because they wanted to see her play. That difference matters.
Caitlin Clark is really back, and so is that CC motion. Look, I know I've said before I don't want to talk about repeats, and this topic isn't really brand new, but it feels fresh in a sense because we finally saw Caitlin Clark back out on the basketball floor, and we all had our reactions. I mean, she had that iconic moment, really, in a sense, for an exhibition, for a preseason moment, a legendary.
Caitlin Clark doesn't announce herself as the moment. The numbers do it for her. Packed arenas. Exploding ratings. Organic excitement across sports media. That's what real star power looks like, not declared, but proven.
I've seen all kinds of comments in my live. I've seen comments on my videos from Angel Reese fans. And hey, you know what? I appreciate y'all comments. But I'm sure I'm going to hear all kinds of comments now, and I'm fine with it. Bring them on. Defend your stance. Defend what you stand on. Because they could not give tickets away to the Chicago Sky Minnesota Lynx game yesterday. Couldn't give them away. People didn't watch her game versus Brazil. LSU fans didn't show up for her, and I got 1,000 reasons about baseball. But let's talk about it real fast. Welcome back, everyone, to another.
This isn't about hating Angel Reese. It's about reality. You can't brand your way into sports history. You can't caption your way into relevance. Fans decide. Numbers decide. And right now, the data is clear. The WNBA has one undeniable needle mover, and her name is Caitlin Clark.